Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Papal States campaign. Last time around we invaded the Ottoman Empire and we were able to take not only Constantinople but Athens. And so we control now a large tract of land down here in the south of Europe. We're going to continue this strategy of striking at the edges because it seems to be working. The French did not mind me taking this, so we will continue. Now, as it is right now, maybe we should go over this, what's going on actually on the front lines. So it looks like the Russians are actually holding Napoleon back. Lemberg is currently under siege, so Russians might be able to take that. And the Russians have already taken this, which the Ottomans starts with. Napoleon went in and took it. And now the Russians hold it, so at some point they've conquered that. So yeah, there is quite a lot of fighting going on here. So for now, the French are occupied there. Now, hopefully at some point we will conquer these parts and unite all of Italy. But as of now, we're still holding off on that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to strike, as I said, at the edges of Napoleon's empire, similar to what the British are doing. And we are going to attack Spain. Now, as I said, Spain is and has always been a strong ally of the Catholics and so the Pope. However, they, by allying themselves with Napoleon, the Antichrist, they have gone down a path that isn't really working out for them. And that is certainly true, because if we go... Oh, I can trade with Sweden. Let's go and set up trade there. Wonderful. And that is really true for Spain right now, because they've lost the majority of their lands. And not only that, the power is feeble and their wealth is destitute. Feeble is lower than me, so they have less armies than I do. They have less troops. I have spectacular wealth. They're destitute. So we're going to do just like we did with the Ottoman Empire. Since these guys are destitute and kind of broken down already by the British, I am going to ask them to break their alliances in the offer of £20,000, and they agree. Wonderful. And with that, we're going to immediately go ahead and declare war on them. Right, so we're going to strike at the edges first. Now, I want to recreate Spain, but as my own vassal. But at the same time as we're doing that, we need to keep in mind that the British are actually... I've been going in trying to, you know, how am I going to avoid going to war with the coalition? To avoid their victory condition regions. And so Great Britain actually has, as we're doing a long campaign, they have these two provinces here, plus Gibraltar. So we gotta avoid those. So what I'm thinking here is, to start off, well, we're gonna avoid holding them too long, is what I'm gonna say. So we're going to move in, we're going to take this, we're going to take this, and we're hopefully going to take this. Once Spain is gone, which I think this will be the last one, I will recreate Spain here in the corner. I will trade with Britain, where we trade Gibraltar for main Spain. I will then hand over this territory to Spain. Actually, that leaves this, then the British might go against the Spanish. Well, I'm not entirely sure how exactly we'll try to figure this out. I'm thinking at the end of this anyways, when I try to re-establish Spain, but as my vassal on the right side, is at the end of this peninsula thing, we don't have any more edges to nibble at against Napoleon. So after that, I will join the coalition, and I will try to drag as many other nations into the coalition as possible. And by many other nations, I'm talking about Prussia. I want Prussia to join in. The important bit is, as much as I want to take these as soon as possible, what we're going to do is attack the main French areas, because similar to what is the rules for my kingdom, where I can only recruit in my home province and nowhere in the outer ones, so it is for France. They have a little bit more just because it's kind of built around them, so they can recruit in other territories, but taking out the main ones will reduce their ability to replenish their armies, and hopefully by that time their armies are all kind of stuck here, the Prussians going in, it will all crumble from all sides. But as it is right now, we'll go ahead and strike. So I'm going to bring the veteran army, it's going to go down, land at Gibraltar, and as they move towards that, we're going to have the second army move and take Palma on the Balearic Islands. And yeah, looks good. This could lead me to war with Great Britain, so we're gonna have to walk a fine line here. What I'm thinking is I can ally myself with Great Britain already, I think, to try and stop this. Well, actually, we're not taking any territories as of right now. We'll do that next turn. So we'll take these territories next turn, and then the same breath we will go ahead and start allying ourselves with all the major powers. So let's go ahead and end turn and throw the die, as you were. We have gathered another gentleman to our cause down in the Ottoman territory. I kind of get a Jekyll and Hyde feel from looking at that fella. As I'm actually turning this into a small weapons factory, I'm gonna have this guy go be a spy for me. So I want him to head towards Vienna. And this guy is gonna take a look at what's going on the front lines here. Are there French troops in this area? Doesn't look like it. Lemberg is no longer under siege, so the Russians broken off that. I wanted to go up and check there. As much as people think the Russians are not immune to winter conditions, and so it makes sense that they've broken it off here. Although early February, winter is about to break there anyways, so I guess they weren't able to hold out. Oh yeah, I'm sure someone pointed it out in the first episode, but since I haven't released it, I don't know. It took until now for me to realize that is like the Swiss Guard. That is the Swiss Guard uniform. Like, it is the color scheme of that. Why did I not see that earlier? And then also, just to make absolutely sure, I actually Googled his name, and yes, it is a Swiss family that is connected with the Swiss Guard. So makes sense that I've put him as guard for Rome. Although his guards aren't that great. There's a lot of them, but they're not that great. But yeah, we've got something protecting there. With that underway, we will now go ahead and strike. So out resolve. They need a little bit of experience here. So we go ahead and claim this. And yeah, they're fine. So we're gonna go straight back on the boats and head for the next area. And similar, I'm going to strike here. I'm gonna out-resolve this. And gonna go ahead and repair this. But then we will be adding a way on our ships here as well. Now, at this point, it's there's a risk that Britain might declare war on me. They have a land border with me, and I'm pretty sure this is a victory condition region for them. So I want to see if I can hold out a little bit, at least, against them. We are very friendly. We have a few minuses in terms of territorial expansion, different government types, and so on. But I will now start to extend alliances, so they want a little bit of cash for that, nothing much. I will request alliance from the Russians. So we start with the big one, the big boys here, right? I am gonna give you, how about 5,000 pounds? No, that's, they don't want 5,000 pounds. How about well, you know what? We are gonna be allies now. And, I mean, it's very unlikely that I'll go to war against you. So, how about I give you every technology under the sun? Great, there we go. Now we have allied them. Now we just need to add the Prussians here. Let's test... No, yeah. They need something as well. They have more technology than me, so... We're gonna have to offer them quite a bit of cash, I imagine. 25,000 pounds for our alliance. And so we're now allied with them as well. There's few nations left, but let's go ahead and just add to this. Like, the British are allied with these guys, so why don't we extend alliance to you as well. You do not have any possibility of even getting technologies. I'm going to give you all of this for alliance. And so now we're allied with the Portuguese. And let's add the Swedes. They've been in all the coalitions, so let's add them as well. They're technologically the same as me. We can't give them the same as the Prussians, but I'll give them 20,000 because I don't want to send too many offers here back and forth. And boom. Now we are allied with all the enemies of Napoleon as we go in for the next turn. Now I'm hoping that I'll be able to survive this end turn and that the British do not go ahead and declare war on me because they want Gibraltar. Like, can you at least wait a little bit? We're gonna go ahead and drop off. Now I know there's a ship here, so I won't be able to move all the way, but we can drop the army off here and then we can march here, and they're 2 turns away here, so the British will take that, and hopefully this will all be nice. Right, let's go ahead and end turn and hope for the best. We have another gentleman. How many gentlemen will they spawn for me? And also, there's a British army that moves ahead of my army, ready to conquer this area. And they've yet to take this, which becomes a little bit of a problem for me. I was hoping that I could re-establish Spain under my own control, but I feel like that could be, I guess it's too dangerous. What we'll go ahead and do is we'll just hand over the territory to the British, and we'll just, like, we'll have to put in a good word, I guess, with the Spanish afterwards. Although I'm guessing the British are gonna steal all their colonies, aren't they? Right, we're gonna move in here and we're gonna lay the siege. So they've got all, it's all light infantry for some reason. It's all light infantry, partisans, provincials. It's kind of crazy. I'll go ahead and continue the siege just in case. I do want to recreate them, but I also know that these are victory areas for the British. But it might be more important to allow the British to take these just so they don't declare war on me. As this is happening, I want this army back on ships, and I want them, as we're about to declare war on France, I want to make sure we want to go for, like, their home province regions, right? So I wonder where. Like Paris is going to be really important to take. We want to hold out from attacking them for as long as possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these. They can actually sit there for now. Sit here for now. And then this army might strike there, but I want the other one probably actually to land like in Brittany and make a campaign towards Paris. So we can have a campaign where what's it called? Pompeo, yeah, Pompeo will march this way, sort of, and this army will he can come through the mountains if we've got permission for the British to move through there and walk this way. And then go through here. And then we'll just hope that the Swiss guards can hold away the French from moving down against us. I want to be the one to end the Spanish, but at the same time I also want the British. It would be cool to get the British to take part in this battle. But I'm gonna end turn. We're gonna end it here, and it's gonna give me the option. It's gonna give me the option to recreate Spain, even though I don't think it's gonna work in the long run. I don't think. You know what? Whoa! I didn't realize, but this is Wellington. I just swooped in ahead of Wellington to get his target. I don't think that's a good idea, but yeah, here we go. I'm gonna end turn, and I'll have the option. The British are pushing us to switch sides. They're offering me £1,000 to break the trade agreement with France and to give them the really lucrative technology limited liability company. For £1,000, that's cheap as fuck. You have got tons of money. Actually, I've got more money than them. But still, at that, we're gonna have to agree. The British gonna take bloody the Vatican City and put it in a museum or something. So yeah, we're gonna have to accept here. Interesting development. Not the fact that this guy was blocked all the way up here. The interesting development, and it's neither that we established a spy network in Pamplona, is the fact that the Spanish army there won against the British. And they now like they control that, or they like hold it. They keep holding control. At least that saved the spy, so he wasn't killed in the siege. He's gonna skedaddle because I want him to move to try and infiltrate Paris. Oh, they've landed quite a bit of armies here. They're not gonna hold for long, but yeah, we cannot wait any longer than. Let's go ahead and join in with Wellington here, the esteemed British gentleman. Let's fight the Catalonians. My advance has started. My troops are making it across the field, and we're about to hopefully come into contact with the Spanish troops soon enough. Currently, the British are already doing just that, as we got the 4th Horse Guards together with the 10th Light Hussars attacking the Spanish troops. There's also a 3rd Cavalry unit in here. The 22nd King's German Legion Hussars, as the 11th British Dragoons. We got Wellington back here, riding up in style as he's just using his cavalry to break the Spanish formation. Meanwhile, we are coming in contact with Spanish troops here in the woods. Let's try not to have our general assassinated. As the British are finding much success with their cavalry, I should deploy mine as well. And see if we can't aid in this fight.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Time for the light troops to hold and start opening fire upon the enemy. And we'll start that fight. As my troops get closer, I will have the line infantry and the grenadiers and so on charge the Spanish troops. Here comes my cavalry. I will send them directly towards the main fight, as we need to support the British cavalry, which is breaking off. They definitely need the support. So I will order the hussars to make their way now. And then the heavy cavalry will make their advance towards there. Alright, grenadiers continuing. Line infantry. Charge. I'll detach 2 grenadiers. And we'll have another 2 grenadiers attacking over there. And the heavy cavalry will strike towards the center. Hussars taking quite a bit of casualties. As the attack here. The dragoons strike directly at their center. This hussar unit will move towards the provincials and will sandwich the enemy over there, while the hussars keep running these guys down. And the woods is being cleared by my line infantry and grenadiers. I hate the fact it messes up the formation so much when I order them forward and they decide to switch place halfway through. Like it makes it so difficult. Like a unit that's supposed to really go here ends up switching place with another over there, and like it causes so much problem. My hussars have had enough, and they're now retreating. However, my brave dragoons continue the fight and continue to chase the enemy away. There's a few Spanish units still left here, and we've got expeditionary force moving in. We have Royal Engineers. And so on, taking part in the fight now. Hussars rallying. Put them back in the fight immediately. They're still active. The hussars, I think, will deal with these guerrilla units pretty well. They're forming a thin line of Spanish. Oh, there's a light unit hiding over there. Everyone continue forward. My hussars will take the brunt in that charge. Light troops. It's kind of a mess of a fight here. Standing right in front of each other as they're trading fire. Go on. Break them. Charge the Triadors. Force them off the field. I'm pushing my cavalry to its limits here. But they just gained another chevron. We're gonna have to put them to the side now.
Our men are running, sir.
And just as I say that, they do break. The British seem to be dealing with a few troops over here. We even have some Highlander regiments taking part in it. In it? I meant to say, what I said was in it, in the fight. But it obviously can be said in a different way. In it, blood. The final line of the Spanish. But it's a torrent. Holy crap. I lost a lot of men there. But we were able to crush them. And let's kill this unit before the Inniskillin starts to shoot down all of us. And that's it. The Spanish are done. We have achieved victory. Unfortunately, the British could not achieve the same kind of victory as I did here, up in the north. We deployed, together with the British, a total force of 8,000 men against the Spanish force of 3,000. We ended up losing 1,300 men, and we destroyed their entire force, and in so doing, taking control of Barcelona.
Alarme!
I can create Catalonia, Barcelona, but I wonder if... You know what? I could. That would be interesting, right? If I recreate Spain from the basis of Catalonia, Barcelona. But I feel as though actually it could be safer for me to create Catalonia, Barcelona, Catalonia, because if the British become angry and declare war on me, they're not going to tell me like, oh, hey, please, can I buy Barcelona off you? They're just going to declare war. If I create a vassal, they're going to declare war on the vassal, and I get the option whether or not I'm going to support my vassal.
Avanti!
So we go ahead and liberate that.
Si.
What I would hope, though, is that I would have gotten, like usually when you create nations like this, you get a what's it called? You get a unit Oh, the Spanish Navy was forced out. It's a trade ship. I can take control of the trade ship and add it to my own trade fleet.
Signore.
That's great. And seeing as though the British were not able to defeat the Spanish up there, I might as well go ahead and do that. And also block the British from attacking the Barcelonians or the Catalonians. That'll be interesting. Right, in this last moment of battle, we'll go on to do some piracy. Holy crap, that was a loud bang. Now remember now, Sea Daddy, that it's important that you capture this ship, not sink it.
Prisioneros!
Hip hip hurrah! We were victorious and we took the ship. The trade ship is ours. Pompeo was forced to retreat, most likely because he was standing too close to the British territory, as the British army went in from the north and took that. Let's go ahead and see my spy is still on his way to Paris. That means that Spain is now gone. And Great Britain just flexed its muscles. Now, I do not dare hold on to this. So we're gonna hand it over to the British. And hope for the best. Hope that my little Catalonia is able to survive this. I will hand you this in return for, I want £1,000. You cheap bastard. And he's delighted. I imagine so. You have now secured Gibraltar. And most of the peninsula is, well, it's now under, let's say, Allied control. As of yet, the French are not that happy with me because I'm allied with enemy nations. The British should now be able to muster in force to push in through what's it called? France. Why was that so hard? I don't know. And with that, as much as I wanted to probably join in attacking the main of France, I'm thinking we will actually focus on achieving a goal of restoring Italy. So we will be going after this. I will set the, let's see, first the trade ship. Let's go ahead and join here. So now we make good cash out of that. Secondly, the Sea Daddy and his ships will, actually this army will go ahead and land. I mean, the easiest way is when we invade the French to land here or at the ports. So I'm thinking this army will land here and the other one will land closer here then. and we will be moving in. So one will be attacking this, which I feel as though this is the stronghold. Here is where they've got troops in Italy. They've got none here, they've got none here. And I want to make sure that we don't see, like, this is the closest area where the French can recruit troops. So I want to make sure that that falls once we go in, right? So as we prepare, do I still get replenishment? These guys actually need quite a bit of replenishment, so they stay in port for now. This one's fine. You'll head to the second port there. And we will be preparing. Hopefully, by next episode, I'll still have Barcelona as my vassal. And yeah, by the next episode, I should be invading the north of Italy that is currently being held by the French. But with that said, we're gonna end the episode today. So there weren't a lot of battles, but there were some significant movements in cancelling out, nibbling, as I say, on the edges of the French Empire. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode right here. So I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.